Are we recording?
We're recording.
On behalf of Mario and every other podcast lover, I sincerely apologize. This time the battery ran out, and is it like the third time we're restarting the conversation? So yeah,
Pretty much.
we apologize, but hopefully this will be the last time, and we will be able to round everything off. All of this good experience for the future.
Yeah. Hey, I knew your battery's gonna run out at some point. It just didn't tell me. So next time I just need the battery to tell me that it's gonna run out, I guess. Oh well.
All good. All right. Let me try and wrap up the point that I was making. So, what I was saying is that parents try and raise you. I mean, good parents at least.
Yeah.
Try to raise you in some kind of a bubble, right? They try to protect you from the outer world.
Yeah.
And based on the point that you mentioned earlier of not having a dad might be bad. I obviously sort of reflect on that, and we spoke about how, having a dad could also be bad as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're being raised in a bubble in which the dad is holding on to those sort of hunter-gatherer society views, and you're not necessarily moving out of that house until you get married or until, I don't know, you feel like you have the financial stability to be able to do so.
Yeah.
Because in this day and age, honestly, it's not the easiest.
True.
But also, there's a lot of different cultures, including mine, that expect you to live with your parents until you move out, until you get married.
Yeah.
Then what are the implications when you eventually live either by yourself or with your partner, and then have your kids as well? Because you're making that immediate transition, right?
Yeah.
And initially, you didn't have space to reflect on what those thoughts passed on to yourself from your dad meant, whether they were good, bad, and do they have any kind of like validity within society. But now all of a sudden you're finding yourself in this very busy environment where you're trying to manage the household needs, and you're not actually able to make yourself vulnerable with your partner. I guess I do backtrack on the point I made about moving out by yourself, because I mean, I assume and hope that somehow you would have a bit more space to reflect on it. Yeah. But yeah, as has been the case for a lot of people in my culture, the moment you do move out, it's when you're married, and it's kind of not, I wouldn't say late. It's never late for anything, but it just becomes harder and harder to relearn different ways of living and seeing the world and seeing your worth and value as a man.
Yeah, because you're basically just bouncing around from one, like, you don't have time for yourself. You don't have time to get to know yourself properly, and then also get to know how you fit into society around you. Yeah. Because as you grow up, let's say you grow up with a dad who's got very, very high expectations of you, and maybe makes you, like, raises you with that sense of you being this old school, old school, traditional kind of man role, and then you have a wife, and then it's actually something else that's required. Like, your role is different, and if you don't have time to figure out, or if you don't have time to adapt, it's going to make it really hard, because ultimately it all comes down to adapting. Whatever situation you're in, it comes down to you trying to adapt to the situation.
Well, it's the theory of evolution, isn't it? It's the survival of the fittest, and to be fit, you need to keep that mind fit and relearn and adapt and be flexible in different sort of contexts. But also, I was going to add, only because sort of I've been thinking about like intergenerational traumas, like outside this whole podcast and stuff as well. It just fits in very nicely with the point that you just made, because you're running around too much in the new house that you find yourself in, trying to almost impress your wife and show that you are a man, and then all of a sudden somehow you have kids.
How does that happen? Next episode, we'll find out. No,
you just turn around and you're like, four kids? What? Who never told me? And imagine just having one boy, and you're passing on all of your expectations onto that boy as well. Yeah. Because you haven't had any time to heal yourself, reflect on yourself. You're passing on all of those negatives, those traumas.
And he's going to pass it on.
Self-guilt to that kid.
Yeah.
And what is that kid's fault? I think that's just a very important point mentioning. Obviously, I'm not speaking about the...
That's good.
The daughters of a
By the way,
husband.
We don't have any kids there where he's pointing.
No, not at all.
I was like, what are all these kids doing? No, there's no one here.
Stand outside. No, we're coming. Yeah. Okay, fine.
I'll just say, continue. Sorry. I just
no,
funny.
promise we don't have kids. But yeah, I think there's a lot of scope to reflect on what it means to kind of have mental health, what it means to be a man. And I feel like for us in the industry that we're in, it's kind of a beautiful thing because, you know, any kind of sort of challenge that we go through, we can somehow find an outlet to be able to express ourselves and hopefully create some kind of change. Yeah. Okay, granted, making a podcast isn't the most creative of things, but, you know, we just have the opportunity to be able to share our experiences and try and build those creative links. Whereas other people, they just do a 9-to-5 job, 5 days a week, come home, sleep. Yeah. Saturday and Sunday off if they're lucky, and then come back, rinse and repeat. Yeah. And again, they don't have the space to think about anything. Yeah. Pretty much, because I mean, you're just tired, resting. That's what it is.
That's how it goes. I mean, yeah. It's nice how you starting to tie it into acting because we wanted to touch on that a tiny bit again. And
it was intentional.
It wasn't. That was good. Chapeau. Well done. Yeah. So how does all that and even more? I mean, there's so much more going on, right?
Yeah.
How does it tie in for you into acting? Does it tie in at all? Does it have an effect on you playing different characters or preparing or even just being out there and trying to create opportunities and find opportunities? Because it's hard, guys. Like, if you want to do anything acting, it's tough. It is tough.
I'll say this. I time ago went for a job interview, like pre-interview kind of thing. And I was speaking to this guy and I was like, you know, I'm an actor, but until I start booking jobs regularly, I'm basically doing retail. That's what it is. I have to pay the bills. And he was like, fair enough. But it was like, you do know that acting's hard, right? And then immediately he just started to find all of these different reasons to deter me from acting.
Oh, you're kidding?
But I'm just like, bro, I'm working for you. I'm not asking you to become an actor with me. Like, what is the deal about? But yeah, I think if I try and bring everything together, I think the reality is, in my instance, when you are not that known within the industry, I feel like talent does obviously play a certain part, but being talented and not being seen by people doesn't mean anything. I mean, you have a lot of people that have potential, but they're just sitting at home. And it's only because they haven't been seen, right?
Yeah. They are unseen.
yeah, they are, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, thank you, bro.
You're welcome. Sorry, it was an inside out. Sorry. That's why I had to chuckle for a second. I was like, oh no. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow. I did not see that coming through.
Yeah.
But yeah. So in my instance, there are a lot of responsibilities to kind of juggled, and like I am super grateful. Because part of the journey is about the grind, but when it comes to the idea of like mental health and stuff, it's a weird thing that I'm still learning. If I'm honest with you, because like prior to acting, I sort of did as much as I can to just evolve and grow.
Sure.
And that is, I suppose, one of my biggest fears: just not evolving, just growing as a person. And naturally, stuff like rejections or hearing some kind of negative feedback, from the get-go, you're like, oh, okay, cool, like I can handle this, fine, send it my way. But throughout like my journey, I've discovered that getting a criticism isn't bad, getting a rejection isn't bad, and I've learned to sit with that.
There you go.
But somewhere deep down in my mind, this might be the past psychologist in me as well. I'm always like, but tell me why, you know? And I think the thing I've been slowly just learning to accept is that more often than not, obviously it's got nothing to do with you, a rejection for whatever reason. And literally just having an audition is a blessing. because someone cares about your portfolio enough, about your history enough to want to see you perform something.
It's quite the validation, then. Yeah.
And you know, a lot of like well-known actors speak about the same kind of idea as well. But the moment I started getting my head around that, especially, you know, I mentioned earlier to you, there was like a very silent phase, no auditions, nothing coming through, and I was like, what do I do? You know, has anyone forgotten about me? But then the moment you see the tapes coming again, you're like, no, it's more of the industry just slowing down during this phase. And again, not letting kind of these sorts of things get to me, or me getting locked into my own head, trying to stay out of that space as much as possible and see the bigger picture and be like, well, okay, what else can I do?
Sure. Yeah.
It has nothing to do with my confidence. It has nothing to do with my worth. It has nothing to do with my talent.
Yeah.
And outside of acting as well, I have other things that remind me why I did acting in the first place.
Yeah.
And I think mental health wise, it's a very weird kind of description, because the biggest reasons I got into acting, in case you guys didn't, let me just address the elephant in the room. I gesticulate a lot, right? This guy doesn't do it a lot, which is absolutely fine. Right now, I'm not going to stop.
I do gesticulate quite a bit. I just don't want to hit that. I kept hitting that thing and it fell over. So I'm kind of trying to hold myself back.
So I guess, what I'm trying to say is I'm quite enthusiastic when I do speak about things, right? And I've always been kind of the storyteller in the family, the more kind of hyperactive kid, the one who wants to just make people laugh, be out there, and speak about it. But I discovered that the avenues that I was taking previously were really taken away from my authenticity and my personality. Okay. And getting into acting, when I first got into acting, it was the biggest kind of sense of fresh air that I had. Yeah. And I can very confidently say this: when I'm acting, I feel alive, right? Because there's a part of me who can capitalize on the not so nice experiences I had in the past, channel aspects of them into different characters I had, but also try and see things from different characters' point of view as well. You know,
that's actually something I really wanted to touch on.
No, go on.
Just that fact. I mean, you kind of already said it, but just the fact of the struggles that you've been through, like even the mental health struggles. Yeah. For myself, whenever I can jump into a character, I can tap into those struggles to fill the character and to make it more alive. Yes. Do you find that as well, that you can find certain blessings in the struggle that you can actually make use of? Yeah. Absolutely.
The thing is, right, again, one of the things that I've learned over the many, many years of just growing into who I am right now is accepting that struggling in and of itself isn't bad. Yeah. Good. You know, I'm not too sure who said this quote, but was it Tom Hanks, I think, who said, "This too shall pass"? So, you know...
I think it was Serkan Avlik, but...
he said something along the lines of, you know, don't be too happy on the good days because that will pass, and don't be too sad on the bad days because that will also pass. So, like, this too shall pass.
Robin Williams kind of thing, but okay.
So, literally, like, everything shall pass, and all of the negative experiences you've had rebuild you in certain different ways and bring out different sides of you that you wouldn't have realized. So put it this way, given the sorts of experiences I had growing up, right, if I hadn't learned from them, I would have unfortunately been the person stuck in the ways of the other people around me. And I obviously don't want to do that. So you kind of have to go through the negatives, challenge yourself before anything, the ideologies in your head, the negative, sort of the inner critic that says, you shouldn't be doing this. No, that's not a good job. Acting isn't a job. Are you getting paid? Like I say, like the recruiter was like, are you sure? Can you book jobs? I'm like, what do you want? Do you want a commission from my jobs? Like, what? Anyway, but I think it's just like challenging all of those different ideas and then saying, well, okay, I need to take all of the sadness that I had, all of the potential frustrations, the heartbreak that I had, channel it into all of these different characters. Because one thing I really didn't realize when I first went into acting was how much of those, you know, I always heard it, right? the people with more personal life experiences can tap into a wide different character like whatever arcs and stuff.
Yeah.
And initially I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, it's not that I didn't appreciate it, but I didn't understand it. And then soon enough, the more I started growing as an actor, I was like, oh yes, okay, now I see I needed all of those life experiences. And it means so much now. And I do want to add as well one thing about like me being vulnerable and stuff. I from the bottom of my heart believe that all actors are vulnerable people. They are sensitive people. And I would just personally encourage anyone, not just actors, to just be a bit more open
100%.
With their struggles. Not to obviously make themselves so vulnerable that they feel like they have nowhere to go. Like, God forbid that. But I think it's just saying, okay, today I'm having a crap day. Just being okay with that. Because I think I'm going to try and tie that into social media. But it's just like, on social media, there's this, everyone's talked about it, the desire to show yourself in a positive light. Oh my God, we're doing something amazing. And let's face it, I mean, you got yourself a latte somewhere. That, I mean, it might be amazing for you, but you're not the only one having a latte that day. So when you're sharing it, it doesn't mean that you're achieving something more than other people. You know, like it's just this weird sense of trying to build an alternative reality just because you feel like you don't have it right now. But why can't you, again, through your own struggles and vulnerabilities, connect with what it is that you truly want and try to grow from that into someone who is actually achieving certain goals instead of seeing the idea of purchasing a latte and taking a picture of it and putting it online as an achievement, because that's not an achievement. Like, you have a job, well done. I do a job as well. Like, what does it mean?
That's a really good point. I think when social media came in, I think the initial idea of social media is actually good. Like, you're able to connect. Exactly. But the longer it went on, the more isolated everybody became because of social media. And now it's really, not for everyone, but I think in general, social media is just a mask. As you said, you post all the good stuff, all your holidays and the good food and your best moments. But I feel like social media has made the dark moments even darker.
Yes.
Because you're so hyped and you're so quick to share your good moments that once the dark moment hits, you are not only feeling the dark moment, you're also feeling like you're missing out on sharing it. On something more and on sharing it. Because you don't share it then. You're used to sharing everything, but once something bad hits, you're like hiding in your shell and you just try and absorb it on your own. Where it actually should be the same thing with the good moments. Find someone you can trust, who you can share with, who can be there for you.
Make sense of your experience.
Exactly. Don't just let it hit you in the face, absorb it and then hide it in yourself. Because it's just gonna come back up. But actually try and do something with it. Like, make it known to someone, make it definitely known to yourself, acknowledge it, and then try and find someone you can talk with, or you can just tell them. They don't even have to say anything, but just be able to tell someone, and then try and make something of it.
Right? I agree. No, you've said it so well. I'm probably going to end up like paraphrasing it somewhere. But like, the bottom line is try and learn from everything. And try and, again, it goes back to the whole idea of for your mental health. Trying to have that space for yourself to reflect. So if you do have an achievement, what does that achievement mean in the long run, in the short term? For now, you've achieved something. It might be a job that you really wanted and you got it. Congratulations. What does it mean? Does it mean that you've come a long way in your whole career and you should actually congratulate this? Does it mean that you've achieved something that you once thought wasn't possible? Again, just be happy about that. Reflect on it. It's so weird because happiness has sadness in it and sadness has happiness in it.
That's nice.
But that nice. There are like very fine lines and nuances, which is why I kind of, again, don't like this whole thing of something happened and then, I don't know, I had a bad day, bam, immediately the camera just comes, hi guys, today I had a really crap day, and they just go on and on and on. It's like, well, okay, fine, but the trains broke down, right? I'm pretty sure yesterday everyone put a story out about that, right? And I'm not going to say I'm completely innocent. I'm not going to say I've never complained about anything on social media. I have. Right? But the fact that some people use it as a lifestyle to keep either saying something negative or keep saying something positive. And the funniest thing is, the negative stuff that you dwell on, it becomes, like, even if you don't have negative ways of thinking, the more you speak about it and turn it into a habit, that is what it becomes. It becomes a habit. So that is your new thinking style.
That's exactly.
But the funniest thing is, the more you post happy stuff on social media, you don't get happier.
Because you can't, because you ultimately end up. Sorry, I'm just checking everything's recording. Because you ultimately end up chasing a high.
What is?
Right, you're just chasing the high because sharing something amazing, something nice, is great, and you feel good about yourself. And
your brain.
But then that moment ends, and you try to get it again. It's like you're getting addicted. It's like getting addicted to drugs, I would guess.
Well, your emotions.
I haven't been through that, but I would guess it's kind of similar. Where you're just chasing.
I would literally say that is kind of what emotions are, like heightened emotions are.
Yeah.
And it's just like not really understanding what an emotion is, I think also is an issue. So being able to kind of develop the emotional language and understand the difference between anger and frustration, sadness and anger.
Yeah.
So for me, right, this way before I was like an adult. During teenage years, I mean, because of the kind of environment that I grew up in, I equated sadness to anger. Because I'm a man as well, I'm a boy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
If I'm sad, I can't cry. I will shout. Like, dude, why are you shouting?
Yeah.
Why are you shouting? But we don't have the space to cry.
Yeah.
So you think that's shouting.
Yeah.
Or like, if you love something, love someone, so like you can't go out and be like, oh my God, I love these flowers, they're beautiful. You can't say it because that's not masculine.
Yeah.
That's not macho.
Yeah.
Or like, if you love your mum, you can't be like, Mum, I love you, and I hug you. Instead you help her carry the grocery bags.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then is that really, and then you, for me at least, it took time to realize why I was carrying the bags instead of not kissing her. Oh, I'm actually trying to show happiness, like a more toned down version of love or happiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is like altruism, essentially. I mean, was it even altruism? I don't know. Altruism is just like unconditionally helping people.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess in that instance, you're trying to receive some form of love and validation from your parent.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, like, you see where I'm going with this. It's just trying to really understand stuff. And I feel like a lot of these abilities and skills come from a very young age. It tends to be the parents that teach a lot to the kids about what an emotion is. And what a skill is, what an inner thought is, what a fear is, and the difference between a thought and a reality. Yeah. A lot of the mental health challenges that people tend to have, from what I know at least, is kind of being in the moment and just being like, oh my God, this has to be real. This is so scary. Yeah. Because the brain tells you it's real and it's scary. So you literally end up getting scared of a thought. Yeah, it's a thought. Like it's just
crazy.
there.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like panic attacks.
Yeah. What does it mean?
Yeah. Amazing. I really like that. I like that. I mean, it's kind of touching on the kind of whole toxic masculinity thing.
I was planning on that. No, I wasn't planning on that. Maybe deep down I was, but I don't know.
Yeah. We were talking about that earlier as we were walking and taking a break. Yeah, and that's sad. I think it's super sad. Like, if we just want to touch on that for a quick second, because I think we kind of said a bit about it already, but a man should still be able to cry. A man should still be able to show emotion. A man should still be able to be vulnerable and open. Yeah. Right? Because otherwise it's just going to bubble up. It's just going to bubble up. And it's just going to damage you. It's just going to damage you.
That's the thing, I think in this day and age, like, don't try to be a man, don't try to be a woman, don't try to be a particular thing that you feel like is going to give you a right to be whatever it is. Just try and be a human, try and be a person. Yeah. Just connect with humanity, just be a human. Yeah. It's so weird because I met so many people and everyone's like, so my family background, they're Turkish-speaking Kurds, right? I was born and raised in this country, so I feel like I've had a lot of liberties that people back at home probably wouldn't have had. Sure. And hence why I've always just wanted to be a good person, a good human being. The moment you start strongly and wrongly potentially identifying as something, it doesn't need to be a particular gender or sexuality as such. Saying, oh, I'm from this heritage, or I'm from this race, I'm this, that, and another. It's like, yes, accept it, identify it, whatever. But taking it to another level, to an extreme, I think that is toxic. And that is what this world is suffering from a lot. Like,
yeah,
there's always this one group feeling the need to stand and say, I am this.
Yeah.
And it might not necessarily be their fault because there's an external pressure being put on that group to stand up for their
Good
rights.
point.
And I'm not against that either. Again, it's not black and white.
Yeah.
But there's also some people who feel like they need to say that there's something just because other people are standing for something as well.
Yeah.
But the other people might be doing that only out of pressure and the right to just exist, whereas the other people calling them out for being whatever are just saying out of essentially just spite. And it's like, it's fine, like you just be you as well, like it's fine, you have rights as well. Just sit down in the corner, you don't need to shout and create chaos, like that's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine, just love, just be a good person, man, move on. That's all we need. Wow,
that was deep. That was very deep. Wow. Okay. I don't know where to go from this, but that was a good point. That was a very, very good point. Yeah, it comes back to adapting, right? It comes back to adapting to society and being a good addition to society.
Yeah.
Right. Which is why you have to be able to connect, be able to see the need and help out when there's a need. That's good. That's good. Is there anything else you want to touch on? Because I don't know.
I feel like we've touched on a lot, but if I just kind of maybe finally say this to round
absolutely
everything off. I mean, we've spoken about so many different things in relation to mental health, but I feel like I should just add the fact that everyone has the right to be happy, right? And everyone has the right to be free, so long as their freedom doesn't restrict the other person's freedom. That's just like my life motto. Everyone should be happy and everyone should be free, but your happiness and your freedom shouldn't be at the cost of the happiness or the freedom of the other person. And most of that is through trust and mutual understanding and growth. We coexist as a society, whether you like it or not. If you're not living under a rock, you will be living with other people, or you will have had some kind of connection with other people. And because we're social species, that's completely normal, and I think we need to cherish that instead of using that as a way of inflicting indirect or direct harm. And harm doesn't have to be physical. Of course, there's a lot of psychological, emotional harm involved as well. Because the mental health scars are sometimes very hard to recognize compared to physical scars. And not everyone is as fortunate as you and I to have someone around them to actually realize certain things and talk about certain things. Some people just have to suss their own way by themselves. And honestly, to those people and anyone with any kind of mental health struggle who is on their road to recovery, whatever that looks like, well done to you. You're strong. You deserve all the best in life. Just keep going.
Awesome. That's a beautiful way to end it.
Let's go.
Guys, thank you so much. We never really know what to do with handshakes. We had the awkward moment just before we recorded. It's like, I was grabbing on and he just left go on. I'm like, okay. Guys, thank you so much for joining in. We are thinking we want to try and do it a bit more.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Encourage us to record more content.
Please do. We would like to do this more often. Obviously, we're both very busy, but whenever there's a free moment, we will try and do it again. But until then, have a great day, evening, night, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you liked it. Please feel free to share it, especially because I think it's really good and important things we spoke about. And let me or let us know in the comments what you're thinking. And if you disagree on stuff, that's absolutely fine. That is part of being human and that's part of growing, agreeing and disagreeing with things. But I hope you're all doing well. And as Serkan already so beautifully said, if you're going through struggle, we are with you.
We see you.
Exactly. We see you. All right. Until the next one.
Much love.
Bye-bye. Nice. That was very good, bro. That was very good.
That was so fucking beautiful, man.